It's happening, folks, in the Gallup poll, in the Washington Ipsos poll, in the Reuters poll. Donald Trump's approval is plummeting. Elon Musk's is approaching about 20%. He is so underwater. Americans are pissed. You know who I got to call this clip right here of Rachel Maddow. She explains it so perfectly last night. Rachel, take it away.
Gallup just did its follow-up poll, now 1 month into Trump being back in office, and his numbers have gotten worse. He's not -1 anymore. Now he's -6, which makes him, at this point in his term, not only the most disliked and unpopular president in 70-plus years of Gallup polling, Gallup says it actually puts him 15 points below the average polling for presidents. Again, over the last 72 years in which they have been doing this polling.
While Donald Trump's approval and Elon Musk's approval and the MAGA Republican approval is underwater as they are crashing our economy, as they are causing inflation to increase, as they're trying to gut your Social Security, your Medicare, your Medicaid, as they're firing hardworking federal employees, as they're screwing over labor, they've got to distract. So what does Hannity do? He brings on Ted Cruz to talk about chainsaws. Here, play this clip.
I mean, how cool was that?
I got to say, the chainsaw is spectacular. It's got spikes on it like Mad Max and Thunderdome, and the pull to start it are brass knuckles. That thing is spectacular. I told Elon, I said he needs to just set it behind his desk, and it will send an unmistakable message.
What the hell is he talking about? The chainsaw is spectacular. What are they talking about? Oh, Elon Musk went to CPAC, the Republican Conservative Convention, although they're not conservative at all. They're MAGA weirdos with chainsaws while talking about firing all of these employees and bragging about the cruelty that they're inflicting and the hardship they're inflicting. Just take a look at this Washington Ipsos poll right here as well. They have Donald Trump historically underwater as well. Musk's approval at 34%. Who should control the next Congress? 54% of Americans say Democrats. Should Trump obey court orders when they say he's engaged in illegal conduct? 84% say yes. Should we make it easier for presidents to fire long-term federal workers? People oppose what Donald Trump is doing by almost 60%. These layoffs of federal workers, same thing. The cutting of USAID, same thing. Americans oppose these policies, and like 80% plus Americans are pissed that Donald Trump pardoned the violent January 6th insurrectionists. And meanwhile, while Elon Musk and Donald Trump are invading your privacy, taking your data, your Social Security information, your medical records, your tax information to take it for their own for their own self-aggrandizement, while they say, oh, billionaires just want it because they're just trying to help you. They're trying to get all your private information because the billionaires just want to help you. You have Elon Musk at this weirdo Republican CPAC fascist convention saying, my mind is just a storm. My mind is a storm. Here, play this clip.
What is it like inside your mind? Like, is it just 1,000 miles an hour? I mean, are you...
Yeah.
Is it just not, I mean, does it ever stop? Do you sleep? How much do you sleep? What's... paint us a picture of inside of the mind of a genius. Like, how do you do all this? Can you answer that question? It's not an easy question. Yeah.
I mean, my mind is a storm.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's a storm.
But what the hell are you talking about? Stay the hell out of our government, Elon. Stay the hell out of our government, billionaires. Allow our privacy to be maintained. The hell is going on here with these billionaires taking our data and our documents and our medical files and our tax records and our Social Security information? It is pathetic. By the way, try to listen to this right here. Elon Musk can like barely form a sentence here. Play this clip.
If you got to protect the First Amendment, it's not much more important than that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of criticism, and people said, well, that proves he's a huge idiot from a, look, he voted for whatever, $44 billion, and now it's worth like 8 cents. And
It's not worth 8 cents.
but you know, there's that. But the it was essentially to you know buy freedom of expression.
Oh, and then you have Steve Bannon, who's competing for Donald Trump's affection with Elon Musk, doing this. Here, play this clip.
The only way that they win is we retreat, and we're not going to retreat. We're not going to surrender. We're not going to quit. Fight, fight, fight. Amen.
Seriously, this is who they are. Meanwhile, Republican Congress members are going back home to their own home districts and holding town halls, and they get a very rude awakening when they find out that their constituents, Republicans, their Republican voters hate them. For example, here is MAGA Republican Congress member Rich McCormick. He held a town hall in Georgia's 7th, where he's the member of Congress, and the people were pissed. They're saying, what the hell are you doing to protect us from Elon Musk and Donald Trump taking away our Medicaid and Social Security and taking our data and making us less safe and causing all of this chaos? What are you doing? Well, all of this is happening, folks. Inflation is now surging. Prices are going up. Consumer spending is going down. The Wall Street Journal previously referred to the American economy as the envy of the world under former President Biden. And now under Donald Trump, it is a dumpster fire right now. The data is already showing that we are on the verge of economic calamity, and it's only been 30 days. The recent Walmart financial report is absolutely devastating about how the tariffs are already affecting them. And if they can't weather it, how are other businesses supposed to weather it? By the way, I showed you Donald Trump's own financial statements as part of his Trump Media SEC filings. Donald Trump said that, by the way, that Trump Media only earned like $4 million in total revenue, not profit, total revenue for 2024. And even Trump Media said the inflation didn't hurt them in prior years, but they expect Trump inflation to hurt Trump Media going forward because prices are going to go way up. That was in Trump's own filing. But Trump tries to distract you yesterday. What did he do? He spoke at the Republican Governors Conference, and he talked about going into Fort Knox with Elon to try to find the secret gold. Donald and Elon are going on a treasure hunt, everybody. Here, play this clip.
Something that I'm willing to compromise on, okay? We have solutions that we agreed on, that I have 4 Democrats that said that they were willing to, we're not going to take it away from anybody who hasn't. We're not going to take it away, change anything for anybody who's about to get it. But maybe if you're 10 years away, you adjust it by 3 months. You're 20 years away, you adjust it by 6 months. You're 30 years away, you adjust it by a year. Lifting the cap. When you have $36 trillion of debt, and you're the world currency, you're the standard world currency, and you're paying $1 trillion of debt interest per year, is not going to fix the eventual economic collapse of the United States. It's just not. It's just not. If you don't do something with Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, which is 75% of our budget, is mandatory spending. 75%. Google it right now. 75% of your budget is mandatory spending. We have a 30% deficit. If you cut all of your military and all of your discretionary spending, you still have a shortfall. We are heading towards a cliff of where we will no longer be the economic standard of the world, which we've been since 1972, and you will lose your place in history, you'll lose your buying power, your interest rate will go up, and you'll add $9 trillion.
We're all trying to get through this. Let's be respectful while the congressman speaks.
Nobody can hear when you're yelling.
And of course, even though it's been debunked over and over again that USAID was not sending any money at all to buy Hamas condoms or sending contraception in Gaza, Donald Trump, the deranged maniac that he is, has to repeat it. Play this clip.
But we're draining the swamp. And, you know, one of them was $100 million for condoms for Hamas. You heard about that. 50 and 50. It's 50 million, and then they decided they needed more condoms, so they sent another 50 million. So it's 100 million condoms for Hamas.
And then, of course, Donald Trump has to lie and say that his approval rating is 71 when I just showed you all of his approval ratings historically low. This is a deranged, psychopathic, malignant, narcissistic maniac. And folks, before I play this clip, let me tell you this. The world knows how weak he is. Zelensky knows how weak he is. Putin knows how weak he is. All world leaders see how weak he is. He's almost viewed as this unattractive nuisance. In law, we have a term, attractiveness. He's viewed as just this gross, ghoulish goblin blob of orange that just walks around, and it's like foul and stinky. And it's like, get this thing away from me. Get this menace away. And so people are just have to deal with this blob. Here, play this clip of him lying. Play this clip.
I think so far we're very popular. I had an approval rating today of 71 and another one of 69. I have not heard of those numbers before.
And then you have Stephen Miller saying, we've accomplished more in the past 30 days than anyone. Stephen Miller, you've accomplished more to harm America than anybody in history. And you and your ilk and Donald Trump will go down in infamy as some of the most pathetic Americans to live. Play this clip.
No president comes close to what Donald Trump has achieved over just the last 30 days.
Oh, and you see this? Sean Duffy, Donald Trump's transportation secretary, who tries to make it like, planes crashing all the time. That's so super normal. Planes crash. Yeah, that always happens. Remember, I showed you that clip yesterday. So he then went into California and he talked about ending the high-speed rail project in California, which employs 14,000 people, $10 billion of investments by California, only about $2 billion of investment from the federal government. A lot of the jobs created by high-speed rail, which is already ready to be built, are actually in red state areas, Central Valley areas. Watch this fool get booed. Play this clip.
So if you want to go protest somewhere, if you want to shout at someone, go to the governor's mansion. Go talk to Democrats in the legislature who have brought us this crappy project, right? So we've seen over the course of the last month what DOGE has exposed with regard to fraud, waste, and abuse. And we're done with it. And you know what? You're going to have people who love fraud, who love waste, who love trains to nowhere. But all of us up here, we do not love fraud, waste, and abuse. We are going to use the taxpayer money efficiently and effectively, and this is a boondoggle. There is, and again, I would love if they build a rail.
And then here you have Kash Patel, the spineless Republicans, make this idiot the FBI director right here. I mean, someone who's just said the most outrageous and dangerous things. But then, this MAGA stuff's a cult. And I'll show you what the cult does at the end of the day. Praise you, praise be, praise be. So utterly pathetic. Play this clip.
Say, I know God has chose you. He anointed you for this position. He kept you alive so you could be here today. And we prayed for that. We pray for you. We continue to pray for you. And we're thankful for your service and your sacrifice. Mr. President Donald J. Trump, honor. God bless you. Thank you.
But folks, people are rising up. People are standing up. People are getting energized. Do you feel the energy? I feel the energy. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers and have a good one.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.